Hello, 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 hello. Guess what, y'all? It's 5 o'clock, and you know what happened at 5? Hey, I'm live at 5. 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 Come on inside of this live room on StreamYard. Come here. Let's have a conversation. It's definitely needed. You are 100% responsible. Put it in the chat. I'm responsible. I am 100% responsible. Put that in chat. I am 100% responsible. And we're going to get into this conversation, and it's going to be a week, and I'm going to try not to go too hard today. We're just going to keep it light, and we're going to keep it as like the introduction of the different things that we're going to talk about this week. But definitely, I want you to go ahead and grab your pad because you're going to need to take notes because you're going to need to follow this through until Friday. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this is going to be like a week-long lesson. We're going to talk about what you're 100% responsible for. Let me go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Denise Merriweather. I am the CEO and founder of Queenpreneurs Jumpstart Program. It's the #1 training environment for women in the world who really want to start their own business, right? You don't know where to start. You don't know what to do. This is the class and the session for you. So you need to be saying, okay, I want to build a business. If you put that in the chat, I'll come back, give you the link for you to go ahead and register to help you go ahead and build your business from the ground up. So listen, the conversation today is I am 100% responsible. Put it in the chat. I'm 100% responsible. Hey, LaShawn, how you doing? Sherilyn, I see you out there. And Sherilyn is up inside here in the StreamYard room. So happy she is up in here helping a sister out. Look, you guys, so we're having this conversation about that you are 100% responsible. You are 100% responsible. So what is it that I mean that you're 100% responsible for? Well, you're 100% responsible for all the things. Put it in the chat. I'm responsible for all the things. And I know that we've been having a conversation about all the things, right? I told you guys that my coach got on me a couple of weeks ago because she said, Denise, you have it in your mind that you're responsible for all the things, but you can be 100% responsible for all the things, but it can't be you're being the effect of the cause, right? Someone is a cause and effect, right? We know what that terminology is. We know what that means, cause and effect. I could be 100% cause in the matter of something happening. So it's either you're being the cause of something, right? Cause and effect, or you're causing something to happen. And see, you want to be the person causing something to happen, not to be the cause to an effect. Does that make sense what I'm saying? And if not, we're going to get it. We'll have a conversation about that later on this week. I promise I'll come back and break down being 100% causing the matter when you're causing something or being the cause of something. Okay. So listen, let's talk about this being 100% responsible. I am 100% responsible for all the things. So let's start with the first thing that I want you to get that you're responsible for. The first thing that you're responsible for is your belief system. Put it in the chat, belief system. And this is so important because you got to get the things that you believe run everything else in your life. And when I say everything else in your life, I mean everything else in your life. You know how sometimes you could give somebody a compliment on how great they look. Now, for some of us, the natural response is, thank you. For other people, the response is, oh, thank you. Right? So it's almost like, so what you trying to say? I don't look good no other day. See, that's a belief system. That's stuff. That's that crazy. Put it in the chat. Your belief systems. Your belief system. So when you are just having normal conversation with people, and people say things that they think is not going to cause any harm, any breakdown, any upset, like, "Oh my God, you look so nice today." But if you have the conversation that you are insecure about how you look, then when somebody tell you that you look nice today, you question the intent of, so what are they trying to say? This is no longer a compliment, and you're now offended because somebody gave you a compliment. Is that sounding about crazy? Because it's sounding crack to me, but I know that there's people out there that react to compliments in that way, and it's all based on the belief system. And you could throw out anything, like anything that happens. Even if someone made the statement with, oh my God, that was such an intelligent response. Now, here it is, and we question this, and definitely as a people. And when I say as a people, as a race, right? Certain things people can't say to us because then we like, intelligent. So what? So now I'm not intelligent. You didn't expect me to have anything intelligent come out my mouth because of who I am or what I look like. Do you see what I'm saying? That's that conversation, that belief system. And when that belief system, Stephanie, I see you up in here. Tam, I see you. Missy, I see you. How y'all doing? So listen, So when you get that this belief system is running and processing or assisting you with processing what it is that's being said to you, you're going to get that you got to be 100% responsible. Put in the chat, I am 100% responsible. So the next time that somebody says something to you that offends you, maybe, or that doesn't land with you the way that maybe they intended, 100% you got to take responsibility of what you're processing it through. And here's another thing when it comes to belief system. So your belief system can also be called your programming. Put it in the chat, my programming. Put it in the chat, my programming. So this program is actually based on past experiences or things that's been passed down to you. So how did you receive your programming, like the way you think or your belief system? Put it in the chat. Who taught you your belief system? Who told you how to think, how to act, how to respond to different things that's being said to you? Put it in the chat. Who taught you? Because you wasn't born with it. You learned it along the way on how to respond to the things that's being said to you. Because remember, your belief system is the funnel, is the main thing that's actually going to process these other things that I'm about to tell you about today that we're going to talk about all week. So this is like the intro class for the week. So who taught? Okay, thank you, Missy. Missy said, my parents taught me. Okay, who else taught you? Who else taught you your belief system, your programming? Who gave you the tools to process life experiences? Okay, life, parents, friends, siblings. Okay, come on, y'all in class. That's what I'm talking about. I love it. Exactly. So all these different people, experiences, right? Because that's what life is, that just experiences, had taught you and given you this belief system. But you got to get that is really not who you are. Put it in the chat. My belief's not who I am. Put it in the chat. My beliefs are not who I am. Okay? Because some of these beliefs you don't need to have. They all not good. Some of them need to go in the trash. But you got to get that what you believe has nothing to do with who you are and who you've been created to be. Do you get that? All right. Y'all got it. Okay. My beliefs. Thank you. Thank you, Sherilyn. My beliefs are not who I am. You got it? Everybody got it. Your beliefs, and that's right. It's not who you are. It's not who you are. You got to get it now, because see, these belief systems and how you processing these information got you thinking that you somebody that you ain't. And I'm telling you, these belief systems that you got, some of them are crazy. And I want you to detach yourself, because it's not who you are. Now, number two, because the programming and the beliefs was kind of the same. So number two, you're 100% responsible for your thoughts. So here we go. Since your beliefs is your processing system or what you're programmed by, your thoughts come through that belief system. Remember how I was saying how somebody give you a compliment, you start thinking, oh my God, do I not look nice any other day? And then instead of that being a good compliment or a positive compliment, it becomes something negative for you because of your belief system. And now you got all these negative thoughts going through your head, but you're 100% responsible for your thoughts, how you think. So when you start seeing them crazy thoughts running through your head and you think that it's necessary for you to be checking people and putting people in their place and saying, how dare they? And how could they say this to me? And what did they mean by that? I want you to get that is you. Oh, I'm gonna let that sit with you. I want you to get that is you. That you the crazy. It ain't them. You the crazy. And you're the person that needs to check those thoughts that's running through your head. And here's the thing. A lot of the things that we get misconstrued by people or take on as insults and breakdowns and upsets is really based on misunderstandings, and because we really don't have the guts to ask them what they meant by the comment that they made. And if you would become and let that be a practice before you start going through all of these emotional things based on the stuff that people say, then you will be in a better place. Okay, number three, you are 100% responsible for your speaking. Okay, that's the things that you're saying. The things that you're saying out your mouth, just put in the chat. I'm 100% responsible for my speaking. So all the words that you're spewing out on people, I want you to get that you're 100% responsible. Now, this was super duper delicious for me. I was in conversation with another one of my coaches. So I just want y'all to know I'm in this coaching thing. I'm in this leadership program and I got coaches and I love it, right? So I want you to get that you're 100% responsible for your speaking. And we started talking about this a little bit in class. So for all of y'all who are not in the Becoming the Change, y'all missing it. Y'all should be in class, but y'all have an opportunity the next go round. So listen, we were talking about the speaking and people's listening, right? So when you are speaking, you are actually coming from a particular context, like a place, with your belief systems and your thoughts. But if you're not coming from the right place when you're saying what it is that you're saying, it's not going to occur the way you want it to occur. Remember all the conversation I had with y'all this summer about Macy's and how me and Macy's, we just couldn't get it together. Like they was changing prices, the bags, and I was trying to get my new price because they had dropped and all this stuff. And I never got the conversation with Macy's right. I won no conversations that Macy's ever give me what it was that I wanted to get. And you know what I had gotten now since I'm in this leadership program? I didn't come from a place where the people that I was talking to at Macy's could get why it would be important for them to give me that discount on the bag. See, I was coming from a place like, I'm going to get Macy's and I'm going to check Macy's from not doing me right with this bag. I did not come from a place of, you know what? I want to present this to Macy's to let them know that, hey, this price dropped and they should honor this because it would be an integrity. I came from a place that I'm going to check Macy's about them trying to get me with these bags. So wherever it is that you're coming from, I promise you that's the way it's going to land. But if you're thinking that I or you or anybody else can come from a place of I'm going to check them and I'm going to get my way, and you're going to start talking, and no matter how nice you say it don't change the intent and how it lands for them because your words will not be what they need to be. So if I am calling somebody, we had the example of like receiving crazy emails because y'all remember somebody sent me a crazy email. Do y'all remember that? Somebody was booking a flight for me and they sent me a crazy email. And I did not want to respond to the email because I knew responding in an email was not going to help me get what I needed and it wasn't going to help the relationship. So I had to come up with the thought process. When I have this conversation with this person, what is it that I really want the outcome to be? Now, what I really want the understanding of the outcome to be is for us to have a partnership instead of her treating me like I'm some trash on the street. But in order for me to have that conversation with her, I have to make sure that I'm coming from a place of unity. Now, my natural place of what I really wanted to do was tell her, which is what I said when I read the email. I said, who does she think she is talking to? Now, if I would have called her in that moment, do you think my conversation would have turned out to the result that I said that I wanted in partnership and that we working together? No way. No way. Because you know what I would have probably said in the conversation? Like, hey, I just got your email and I just wanted, did you mean to send that to me? Or did you mean to say to me what you said? And see, as soon as I would have chosen, because those are words I would have chosen, and as soon as I would have said that, it would have put her on the defense. Do you understand? Because here I am calling her, checking her about this email. If somebody's telling you that they think they received the email by mistake, that means you made a mistake. And who wants somebody calling them to tell them that they made a mistake? Nobody is going to receive you checking them about anything in any way, no matter how soft or nice you say it when you're calling them about something. So really, if I started with that, those words coming out my mouth, did you mean to send this to me? Or maybe I misread or anything, the conversation automatically would not go the way I wanted to go. So how could I start that conversation? What I really need to do to start the conversation is to say, hey, so-and-so, thank you so much for your email. I was reading it and I needed some clarification. Can you help me? Now, how does that land versus, did you mean to send this to me? Or maybe you sent this to me by mistake. It sounds a whole lot better. But you got to get that you are responsible for how stuff lands with the other person. Not just responsible for the words that you're saying. You got to put some thought into what you're creating because remember, words have creative power. That is why life and death is in the power of the tongue. It's coming from a place in a context. And whatever that context that you have that you're coming from, the other person, I promise they're going to get it. Good, bad, or indifferent. So don't be mad when people misunderstand what it is that you're saying. They're probably getting exactly what you're saying. Does that make sense? Okay. If not, keep coming back this week. We're going to talk about that some more too. All right. So the last thing that you are 100% responsible for are your actions. Put it in the chat. I'm responsible for my actions. I am responsible for my actions. So here's what you got to get. You are not going to be able to get the things that you talk about if you're not doing the work. Okay, faith without works is dead. Do you think that's in the Bible by mistake? Do you think praying, wishing, wanting, talking about a thing is going to help you get a thing. That is not how any of this works. See, some of these blessings are conditional. Means if you do this, you get that. If you do this, then you get that. If you go to work, you get a paycheck. If you don't go to work, you don't get no money. Does that make sense? See, it's not hard. But somehow when it comes to your hope, dreams, desires, and passions and calling and all these things, you think God coming down here from heaven to take some steps for you. And what I'm saying is he may have given you the vision spiritually, but it's require you to do some work in order to manifest it. You are responsible for your actions, and your actions give you your results. So look around. If you ain't seeing what you want to see, it's going to require you to work on the things that we talked about today. Start with your belief systems. From your belief systems to your thoughts to your speaking, and your speaking to your actions. Now, I hope that this has blessed your life, because this is blessing me. And I'm getting clearer and clearer on how powerful conversations and words are. And it ain't just something to be saying, and it ain't something to just be spewing out, and it ain't something to be misunderstanding. You got to get that you are 100% responsible for everything, because everything matters. Put that in the chat. Everything matters. Now, you can take that on or you cannot take that on. I ain't giving it to you. I'm just saying that everything does matter. So, y'all got y'all points? Y'all gonna stick with me this week? We're gonna be in class. You're gonna be able to decide whether or not you want to go deeper. You want to get some one-on-one. You want to figure out where these breakdowns and how they happening through this speech, because you ain't got that you 100% responsible for all the things. You are 100% responsible for all the things. You have to get better with these things that I'm telling you about. Your beliefs, you got to get them in check. Them thoughts, right? It's the thoughts, it's the devil playground. So if you ain't protecting your thoughts, he is running rampant. So when you see those little thoughts flying through your head, you better be checking them. And don't act on them. Just check them. Just see if it aligns with who you say you are. And if the thoughts don't align, don't act on them. And sure enough, don't speak them. Do you get what I'm saying? All right. Always looking forward to serving you. Y'all recap this inside the chat. Get your belief system together, your thoughts, your speakings, and your actions. We're going to be talking all week. We're going to get it right. I'm live at 5 on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. You don't want to miss it. And if you have never worked with me before, you might want to do that too. All right. Always looking forward to serving you. I'm live at 5. Hey, I'm live at 5. Hey, I'm live at